After years of oppression, the Africans sought a voice, and out of that struggle, a new African is born. One who is a conglomerate of eons of African history and culture, buffered by Western philosophical thought and ideals. The African found a place in the world of nations, or so it seems. It is a sad reality that, despite its richness, Africa is robbed of its place in the modern world and pushed to the background of social and political life. In the words of Henry Garnet, by almost common consent, the modern world seems determined to purify Africa of glory. It was not enough that her children have been scattered over the globe, clothed in garments of shame, humiliated and oppressed, but her merciless foes weary themselves in plundering the tombs of our revered sires, and obliterating their worthy deeds, which were inscribed by fame upon the pages of ancient history. The degeneration of Africa in modern thought is a historical reality. It is the desire in Western psychology to set Africa up as a foil to Europe, a place of negations at once remote and vaguely familiar in comparison with which Europe's own spiritual grace will manifest. This has created a lens through which we view Africa. We can only judge it based on the wealth of stereotypes we have been fed for years, phenomenon Said calls Orientalism. It is true that Africa today is misrepresented, that there is political and economic coercion of the countries by international bodies at work to maintain the status quo. But it is also true that there are Africans who are enlightened. These hold the responsibility for tearing down these stereotypes, for restoring their culture and place in the race of men. While it's a difficult subject as we cannot reach into the minds of the peoples of the world, who most often are victims of political agenda themselves, it is nonetheless rewarding to make known these issues, to stand tall and be supportive of who we are, to attempt to understand the differences between us and others, and to try to compromise the advancement of our own gains for those of others, because it leads to the advancement of the whole. After navigating through the Dark Ages, the Renaissance, the Age of Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, slavery, the World Wars, colonialism, the Civil Rights Movement, and now in economic globalization, the human race is well beyond the petty limitations of stereotypes and should step up and behave as such.
"What has happened to that piece of land in dispute?" asked Okonkwo. "The white man's court has decided that it should belong to Nama's family, who had given much money to the white man's messengers and interpreter." "Does the white man understand our custom about land?" "How can he, when he does not even speak our tongue? But he says that our customs are bad, and our own brothers who have taken up his religion also say that our customs are bad. How do you think we can fight when our own brothers have turned against us? The white man is very clever. He came quietly and peaceably with his religion. We were amused at his foolishness and allowed him to stay. Now he has won our brothers, and our clan can no longer act like one. He has put a knife on the things that held us together, and we have fallen apart. How did they get hold of Aneto to hang him? Asked Okonkwo. When he killed Oduche in the fight over the land, he fled to Aninta to escape the wrath of the earth. This was about 8 days after the fight, because Oduche had not died immediately from his wounds. It was on the 7th day that he died, but everybody knew that he was going to die, and Aneto got his belongings together in readiness to flee. But the Christians had told the white man about the accident, and he sent his Kotma to catch Aneto. He was imprisoned with all the leaders of his family. In the end, Oduche died, and Aneto was taken to Umuru and hanged. The other people were released, but even now, they have not found the mouth with which to tell their suffering. The two men sat in silence for a long while afterwards.
Imani sati bangga.